Welcome to Alming Owl Yoga. My name is Ruthie, and the class that I did today is a 20-minute class meant for all levels, beginners or experienced. And it's focusing a lot on releasing the low back and opening the hips. It'll feel real good after a long day, like sitting down, traveling, or at the computer. And also, it could be really good if you slept weird and your back's hurting, and you just want a quick thing to start your day. This is a great practice for you, so I hope you enjoy. So we will begin today in mountain pose at the back of your mat. Feel the four corners of your feet rooting down into the mat. Make sure that they're directly under your hips and your shoulders are stacked directly over your hips and your head is stacked over everything. So you're in a nice straight line from your rooting down through your heels all the way up through the crown of your head. And if you lift your toes, you should be able to feel four corners of your feet. And that's what you want to root down into and put your pressure into that. And then relax the toes down. Make sure there's a slight micro bend in your knees so you're not hyperextending them or back. And you're taking the pressure out of your knees. So a slight bend. Tuck your tailbone in to get rid of the curve in your lower back, and tuck your navel into your spine. Stand nice and straight. Make sure your shoulders are melting down away from your ears. Your fingertips are pointing, reaching toward the ground. And your head is sitting nice and tall. And imagine as if there's a string pulling you from the crown of your head. And each vertebrae in your body is just separating bit by bit with each breath. Now to start to notice your breath. And then start to count your inhales and your exhales. And try to get them so they're even. So if you're breathing in for 3, then breathe out for 3 seconds. If you're breathing in for 5 seconds, breathe out for 5 seconds. And begin to activate your Ujjayi breath. You can do this by pretending as if you're fogging up a mirror, so you have a nice, loud, audible exhale. And then have that same breath, but with your mouth closed. And this is a cooling breath that will carry you through your practice. So always come back to your breath, always come back to your Ujjayi breath. And on your next inhale, raise your arms up to the sky, reach up, feel the side bodies getting long. And then as you exhale, hinge at the hips and with the flat back, come into forward. Fold in the flat back. So again, you want to have a micro bend in your knees. And make sure that there's a straight line. You're just hinging at your hips and there's a straight line all the way through the crown of your head. And then let your arms hang low, hang loose. And then exhale, release, and fold. Bend your knees a lot here. You want the spine to be nice and long. And imagine as if there's a rainbow from your tailbone all the way through the crown of your head. See how long you can get your spine to be. This isn't about the hamstrings right now. This is just about the back. If you have any low back pain, this is going to feel really good. You should do this all the time. Grab opposite elbows. And just hang here. Let gravity take over. Straighten one leg, you can straighten the other leg, and start to warm up the hamstrings a little bit. And inhale, come back up to a flat back. And exhale, fold again. Now look toward the top of your mat and just really slowly start to walk your hands forward, coming into a plank position. So you want your shoulders over your wrists, your heels over your toes. Actually, no, your heels reaching toward the back of the room. And pull your navel in toward your spine. And just breathe here. 2 more breaths here. And then slowly lower down and come down onto your knees. And if high plank is too much for you, you can always do plank on your knees. And if this is where you're at, this is where you're at. I stayed here for about a year. And then you can slowly lower yourself down and try your best to keep your elbows tucked in really tight to your ribs. And then relax down to the mat. You can cross your hands, rest your forehead on your hands, and shake your head from side to side, massaging your third eye. Now place your hands underneath your shoulders and root your tops of your feet into the mat. And then as you inhale, just start to lift your shoulders up, coming into a baby cobra. The abs are active here. And then relax. You can bend the knees and windshield wiper the knees back and forth. This is also really good for releasing the lower back. And then go ahead and place your hands under your shoulders again. And this time pull your navel toward your spine and start to lift yourself up 2 hands and knees. And then shift your hips back, coming into child's pose. You can have your knees together if you want to focus more on stretching the back, or your knees apart, as wide as your mat, if you want to focus more on the hips. And you can always get pillows or blocks, or just stack your hands if you can't reach all the way down to the ground. You might even be up here like this, and that is totally okay. Just relax wherever you're at. Rock your head side to side again if that feels good for you. And notice any thoughts that are running through your head. And try not to attach to anything. Them act as cars on a highway. Just notice them and return to them later. Feel your hips sinking down bit by bit with each exhale. And slowly start to pull your hands back to meet your legs and come to sit on your ankles. And sit up nice and tall. Just notice how your body's feeling now compared to when we started. Are you a bit more relaxed? Are you wanting more? Just notice. The silence. And shift your weight to one side and let your legs hang out in front of you. Tap out the knees. Then bring the soles of the feet together. If this is as far as it is from you, that's totally perfect. Stay here. We're trying to feel it on the inner hips and the inside of the legs. So if it's more comfortable for you to be in here, then that's great too. You're right here. Keep your back nice and straight to start. And same thing as in forward folds, we just hinge at the hips. Coming down slowly with each exhale. So inhale, spine is long. And exhale, hinge a little bit more. I'm actually going to move mine out a bit. This feels good today. Hinge, inhale, long, and exhale, fold. You can bring your hands, palms facing up, underneath your shins if that feels good. And then just relax. If you're feeling a lot of resistance in your hips, that's totally normal. And just try to see if you can take that energy that you're using to resist the stretch and see if you can flip it into releasing. So if you're up here and you're shaking and you're thinking about a million things, you're not breathing steadily, just take one loud, audible breath out. You can even flutter the lips. Really focus on the muscles that are tense and just release them as much as they can. Feel the weight of gravity like a blanket over you. Whenever you're ready, you can slowly push yourself back up. Real slow here, like you're moving through water. And pull your knees together. Hug them in real tight. And then release. Let the legs go long, shake them out again. And then slowly make your way down to lay on your back. Curling the spine, feeling each vertebrae hit the mat, with your head being the very last. Readjust yourself if you need to. And just feel the weight of your body on the floor. Your breath slowing down. Feel your heartbeat in your toes, feet, soles of your feet. Feel your heartbeat in each part of your body, making your way up from the heels, the shins, calves, knees, thighs, pelvic floor, solar plexus, the heart, each of your fingertips, palms of your hands, forearms, elbows, arms and shoulders, collarbones, shoulder blades, full spine, relax your jaw, space between your eyebrows, tip of your nose, crown of your head. Feel your whole body pulsing. You can stay here as long as you'd like. Whenever you're ready, you can start to wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Start to bring the energy back to this physical body. Roll over to one side, and then slowly make your way up to a seat. Keeping the eyes shut. Bringing your palms to heart center. And thank yourself for taking the time out of your day to just heal yourself and care for yourself. Namaste.
Thank you guys for watching. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day or a wonderful night's sleep. And make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video and leave any feedback in the comments below. Namaste.